All right, I'm good.
And welcome in there, Gyms and Gymettes, to another exciting episode of the DAAAgenerates podcast, episode number 133. My name's Nick Johnston here. We're going to preview Bears Cowboys today. You know, all the games we like, our best bets, some underdog plays. Got maybe a couple MLB, World Series coming up on Friday, coming up tomorrow. Maybe a couple props there. I got one little interesting wrestling story to cap us off on here. So we'll get you in here real quick, get you out nice and easy. Before we do all that, let me shoot you over to my co-host, Bill Kralis. Wow, Bill, how the hell are you?
Hey, what's up, everybody? We've been doing good. A little fucking stuffy today. My allergies have really been fucking with me the last couple days here.
Hey, we're
Uh,
sick all
s-
over the place. I'm
yeah,
feeling
I
a little bit
know.
better, but hey, it's rough out there.
Yeah, it's just
I think I just passed it on to my mom. Unfortunately,
it's that fucking time of year, dude. It's fucking brutal. But
yeah.
like you said, we got a lot to go over. I don't know what the fuck I ate today, but my farts have been smelling so fucking bad. I can't even
Oh,
stand it.
oh
Like
my God.
it's bad when you can't even stand your own farts. So if
Well, I
I
think your
pass out,
body chose to naturally defend itself by giving itself allergies. It's gonna stuff you
yeah,
up so you can't smell
Five
your own shit.
exact. No, it's that bad where it's still fucking creeping through the fucking sinus, the sinus nasal passageways. It's fucking finding a way in there. It's brutal. I had some fucking Wendy's for lunch. That definitely did it. Shout out Wendy's though. Donated $1, get the free fucking Frosties for a
Oh
year,
yeah,
but
that's fun.
they don't even fucking check. They don't even check the things. I mentioned every time I go, I'm like, hey, I got the tag for the free Frosty. Can I get the free Frosty? They give it to me. Fucking just stockpile them in the fridge like our buddy Mike over there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he loves doing that shit. He's got at least a fuck ton of them over there. But yeah. I mean, we got like I said, we get in the Bears Cowboys, but I think probably top of the docket. We should just get into. It was we got a couple other trades that happened today. I think Kadarius Toney went to the Kansas City Chiefs. So what? Who kind of cares on that one? But the one that kind of pertains to the Bears, Robert Quinn gets traded to Philadelphia for a fourth round pick. Just seems as though that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to hammer home and solidify that defense. And I don't know. In my mind, obviously we've talked about here the Bears can, we can make some noise, but I don't think we're going to get to the promised land of the Super Bowl just yet. And a guy that's 32, 33 years old, I don't really know how old Robert Quinn is. I think getting a fourth round pick is decent. I mean, everyone would have loved the third round, but that would have been asking a little bit much for a guy who's kind of underperforming right now. So, any thoughts on that to start off with?
Yeah, I liked it. I think yeah, he's 32 years old, just like you said, not really producing at all this year. I'll take a fourth round for him. A lot of people complaining this, that should have gotten more. Uh, but it's exactly that. He's 32 years old, not producing a lot this year. Um, and it's just going to be knocking off money going forward into next year for the fucking Bears. So,
Yeah.
as much as we loved Robert Quinn, had an amazing season last year, obviously, breaking Richard Dent's single season sack record. That's always huge. To break a record held by a man like Richard Dent is always impressive. So, we'll always remember him for that. We'll always think what could have been with him and Khalil Mack a couple of years back. Uh, we even saw the one little highlight of Roquan Smith finding out in the middle of an interview, and he sort of broke down and started to tear up a little bit. And you're just talking how much Robert Quinn actually meant to that defense because he was definitely the leader on that defense. It sucks to see him go, but it's good to see the Bears get something at least decent back for him. I'll take a fourth round pick any day. And it's good to see him go to a contender. The Eagles, they've been one of the best defenses this season so far, and lucky enough, I was able to scoop them up in fantasy. So, I'll be able to root for Robert Quinn a little bit more with the fantasy team going forward.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, just exactly what it is when you're talking draft picks and stuff like that. They're investments. Why did Christian McCaffrey go for 4 or 5 picks? Because he's gonna have another fucking 10 plus years of probably be I would say at least five solid more years of being productive. Same thing like a guy with Kadarius Toney. Young investment. You go with a guy like that. So 32 years old. hasn't really done much right now. I'll take a fourth rounder. I think we brought up last week when I mentioned like, whoa, should we make a move? Should we? Are we? Right, obviously, we're not going to be upset if we don't bring in somebody, but I guess that was the one name we forgot that could have been like actually shipped off or something like that. I'll bring up one, and it's just completely. I don't believe it at all. I wouldn't. I don't think it's going to happen at all. But do you think maybe David Montgomery could be shipped off? I mean, not maybe not with the just this is his free agency coming up right now. I don't see anybody chomping at the bit to get to him, but just to get Khalil Herbert maybe some more touches or something like that. They've been talking about the Bears going with the hot hand situation. So maybe just is it possible that Khalil Herbert just by the end of the season is just the starting running back for this squad?
It is. It's definitely possible. I honestly don't see it happening because the Bears got a good system right now with those two going. So 1-2 combo. I actually saw a stat earlier. I think they each have like right around 350 yards. They each have like one of them has 77 and the other one has 75 carries. And then I think Herbert has 3 touchdowns and Montgomery has 2. So they're splitting it fucking 50
Yeah,
50 right down the line. They like what they've got out of them,
yeah,
as a tandem. And even, not running the ball. When he's healthy, I like everything that Montgomery does. He's a great blocker. He's a great pass catcher. And he's a leader on that team, too. So I think they'll hold on to him. I fully expect them to at least offer him a contract, going forward, this being the end of his rookie deal and
yeah.
at the end of this year. So I think the Bears hold on to a guy like that.
Yeah, you can tell me what it was. I full disclosure, I mean, in my home, the 8-man league, I went ahead and I dropped AJ Dillon and I picked up Khalil Herbert because Khalil Herbert's doing everything I wanted AJ Dillon to do, to be that
Yeah.
50-50 back, to get, exactly that, just be scoring. And it's exactly what AJ Dillon is not doing. So I went ahead and I dropped him. I've heard a lot of people are considering doing it. So I just went ahead and pulled the trigger. I said, fuck it, I
Yeah.
can't.
I mean, I think that's a great
Especially
move right
this
now.
week. Especially this week, they're going to go up against the Buffalo Bills. I would be surprised if he got the ball 5 times. They're not going to be running the ball. They have to pass every single time. So good luck on that. He has one other week that I would say be like, all right, that's viable, but everything else for AJ Dillon and that Packers offense just is like, nah, not worth it. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, either way, um, yeah, we can. You want to get into this preview, Bears Cowboys. How we feeling on that? Our
Yeah,
notes.
let's do it. I
Yeah.
think, we definitely got a fun game coming up this Sunday at noon in Dallas. The Cowboys 9.5 point favorites at home against the Bears. A little bit of disrespectful line, but guess what? The Patriots had a fucking line that big too. Um, Definitely not. I don't know. You know my fucking stance on the Bears by now. Definitely, even going into the Patriots game, I had no hope. Didn't think they were gonna fucking win, and they actually, like we said, episode 132, they put together a complete, not perfect, but a complete game. I'm not going to say they pitched a no hitter or anything, or it wasn't a complete game shutout, but they put together a fucking complete game for the first time all season, and it was great to see as a Bears fan. We haven't seen something like that in a long time, and to do it against a well coached team, Bill Belichick, on the road, that's very impressive. I think this is going to be an even bigger test because even though the Cowboys offense, they've had their struggles, whether who the fuck they're going to start at quarterback, who they starting at running back. Looks like it's going to be Pollard this week with Zeke out at practice the last couple days. So all Tony Pollard owners start him this week. CD Lamb with a little bit of inconsistent play, but on the defensive side of the ball, the Cowboys defense has played great. So I'm going to look forward to the Bears offense trying to build off what they did last week. And I want them to prove to me and prove to all other Bears fans that last week wasn't a fluke. I don't. I want to know that last week wasn't a fluke. If you can go out and put up 20, 24, 28 even points on this Cowboys defense, that sort of shows me that this offense is trending in the right direction. Now, minus 9.5, definitely disrespectful. I'd take the plus points on that. And it'll actually be, part of my little parlay coming up. Spoiler alert. But I want this Bears offense to show us that last week wasn't a fucking fluke, that maybe they are actually putting things together and figuring out on the offensive side of the ball. And we're not going to have a bigger test. We got the Eagles coming up in a couple weeks. That'll be a huge test. But coming off a big win against a good Patriots team, a good Patriots defense, I should say, if we could somewhat replicate that again this week against one of the best defenses in the league with Dallas, uh, that's all I'm really asking for in this one.
Yeah, you know what? This we talk about it all the time. I'm sorry, you already touched upon this. This Cowboys defense is tough. So this is going to be the toughest all-around defensive challenge for Justin Fields to date, I would think. Uh the running game, he's going to have to run a lot himself. I mean, he's going to have to be just damn near perfect just to move the ball consistently and to score it all, really. The receivers are just they're gonna have to be open. They're gonna need to create space and be open. Have the same sort of game that they did against the Patriots, where Dante Pettis is just finding himself open. Darnell Mooney just able to not only just get open, but get some carry after, or some yards after the catch and stuff like that. This Cowboy defense just loves eating up running backs, so it's going to be tough, but I'm sure we'll still get a decent dose of Montgomery and Herbert. Uh, I think on the other end, on our defensive side, we're going to have to make Dak throw the ball. I still don't think he's 100%. They're going to really rely on him to just be a game manager and nothing really else. Just rely on this stacked ass defense to just go out there, keep them in games, if not win the game in general. And you already said it. We're going to have the benefit of with no Zeke, but uh, Pollard isn't nothing to sneeze at.
No,
He's
definitely
going to
not.
be,
I honestly think he should be the starter over there,
yeah,
but
he's an all around threat. He can catch the ball. He can run. He can throw him in the slot. He's very quick. He can break ankles. He's a very good player. Like, this is, but that's beside, Pollard, good, great player. Lamb, he's been pedestrian as of late. So I wouldn't put it past him for him to have a nice little game. Maybe like it's possible for him to go over 100 yards or have like 4 or 5 receptions and be consistent, maybe even get a score. But honestly, Dalton Schultz is on a bum leg. Michael Gallup and Brown have been flying so low under the radar. They're just undetectable. So it doesn't really matter. Like I already said, Zeke out. These guys are dropping like flies, honestly, in my mind. Not injury wise, but actually indeed injury wise. Just like I said with Zeke and Schultz. So make Dak throw. We can make him lead to turnovers. And I'll get into maybe even just the Bears mentality, just where they need to be mentally. Keep that same energy as last week. You also said the same thing, just huge road dogs. Fuck it, let's shock the world again. Do it exactly like that. If the Cowboys come out flat like they did against the Lions, then the Bears can stay in it, I'm sure, and make some noise. And they can be, I mean, market right now, we could be just as pesky as the Giants. I know we don't have the same win record right now, but in terms of just like, we don't have a great offensive roster. We just have a couple of guys here and there that can fuck you up. And with a good scheme, that's what we can do. And I think that's exactly what's going to have to be the game plan. So not going to be completely upset with a Bears loss, but as long as we just don't get shit pumped, that just can't happen. We can't take steps backwards. And then just like I said, in terms of just going on the Bears, like the game design, game script, go on the same thing that we did last week. It was kind of it was a perfect game for Fields. A lot of people were also saying all across the media outlet that Fields had his damn near his best all around game.
yeah, I'd
Call
say
these
so
yeah,
too.
call these play action rollouts for these guys. Find people quick on quick routes, drag routes, slant routes, whatever you need to do. Get them wide open as quick as you can. Get the ball out of his hands. Bang, boom, make a move down the field. That's how you're gonna have to get these guys. Secure first downs instead of looking for home run plays. We can make the home run play. We've seen that with the Dante Pettis touchdown and the Commanders game and shit like that. So it's not impossible, but let's just not go for let's just get first downs, consistent first downs every time. Keep this defense on the field, keep them tired, and just control the ball like we kind of did, like we have been doing. Not making stupid decisions. Actually, this is what Fields is going to need to improve on. Not taking sacks, throwing the ball away. He's still doing this. If he can throw the ball away and not take a fucking sack and not just get fucking pummeled to the ground like he did a couple times. And where were the flags? Nowhere, because the Chicago Bears are the Chicago Bears. We don't get the flashy calls. So that's just the way it is. And design runs for Justin Fields. That's gonna set us up the best way for a win, in my opinion. I feel like, I mean, that I literally went through all my fucking rundown on this team. It's possible. I mean, if we just keep it respectable, and like I said, if it's 24-6 last week against the Lions, the Bears can make it close. If not, just take it all the way. I don't know. They got a big boo boo leaving Zeke out. I don't know if who else they're gonna call up or bring anyone else in. I don't know. This is a big opportunity for the Bears to make some noise.
Yeah, I think the big thing you mentioned there is the sacks. I think the Cowboys are leading the NFL right now as a team with 29 sacks on the season. Micah Parsons alone has 8 of them. So that dude, he's absolute fine for the Cowboys. A rookie last year, pretty much plays every damn position for him. He plays the end, he plays linebacker, but his bread and butter is getting after the quarterback and the Bears offensive line, they didn't look great. They looked good against the Patriots. They looked good. Matthew Judon, I think he had a sack and a half, 2 sacks, but other than that, they actually did give Fields time to throw the ball at times in that game. So yeah, that's going to be the big thing. Trying to keep Justin Fields upright and safe in this game. 29 sacks is nothing to fucking laugh at because that defense, I think 29 sacks, 7 interceptions so far in the year. So that defense is playing lights out. We just got to find a way to try and protect I was about to say Mahomes. Try and protect Justin Fields. Take the over on his rushing because he's going to be fucking running for his life all day.
Yeah, my little parlay with that hit the other day. I know I threw it in the group chat. It was over on his rushing, over on Monty, and then I think the point spread on the Patriots games are the Bears Patriots. So that was a nice little hip. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
this is we can design this. This can be good. I hope this isn't just blowing smoke up our ass from getting such a big upset win from last week. I know you can't really bank on anything from last week ever. That's how you always got to look forward in sports. So, uh, but I mean, if all the fucking opportunity is in the right light, if all of it lines up at the perfect time, Bears could make an upset again. It's possible. So I mean, if anything, I will take probably the whatever 8-9 points probably by Sunday morning or something like that. So fuck it, we'll roll with that again. Go Bears. Are they at 12 or is that a 3 o'clock game? I'm not
I
looking.
think it's a 12. Yeah, 12 o'clock game.
There you go. Probably on Fox or something. Well, there you go. It seems like it's
Fox, I think. Oh yeah, definitely
uh
Fox. Fox noon game. Yep,
there you
looking at it
go.
right now.
Lined up for I think it's all lined up. So looking good. Um did you have any more notes on that game? Anything else you were looking forward to? Like I said, I burned through everything. Like all my talking points, all I had right there, just going off right there.
No, I think we pretty much hit everything we had to hit there with Bears Cowboys. Just I want to see him build. Want to see him build off of what they
Yeah,
did last week.
yeah,
Even if we take
just
a loss, I'm not upset with that. Just go out there and just show us that last week wasn't a freak. Wasn't a
mm,
fucking fluke. I want to see consistent growth in this offense, and I think we've seen that. We've seen that week in and week out. Just this offense is getting better. It's going to take some time though.
yeah, no, absolutely. I think it exactly that. That was one of those points being exactly that. Don't want to take no major steps back. Sure, I know we'll probably take a sack there and a sack there. It's a good defense and shit like that. I won't be upset like that, but can't get shit pumped. Can't be like a 33-6 type game. Can't be anything like that. I want to see consistent movement on the offense like we did last week. That's all we want. And like we always say, just more and more improvement from this guy, from Justin Fields. That's all we want. Uh, yeah. With that being said, we got got any games you like? Any other games that you're looking forward to? I got 3, and this docket's not too crazy. When you take away the Kansas City Chiefs on a bye week and the Chargers, it's a little boring. There's a couple other teams obviously on their bye. I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, I don't know, but I got 3 on my little list right here.
Let's see, just one game. I think I'm definitely going to be watching just because a lot of fantasy implications this game. Broncos Jaguars. We got another London game, everybody. So wake up nice
Mm.
and early, 8:30 a.m. Central Time here. Both teams 2-5. It sounds like the Broncos are going to be without Russ again.
Is
He's
that
dealing with that
true? All that working out on that plane and he's still gonna be out?
Jesus. I know this dude's a fucking joke
I
right
mean,
now. I
dude,
can't
like
believe it.
we can't just sit here and
He's a
not like
walking
what
meme. Like
it's
he's a walking meme
unreal.
at this point.
And like, did you see? Like, I don't care. He broke down exactly what he did as soon as he got off the plane to the media, and he was just smiling about it. Like he didn't just fuck up everyone's entire plane ride that entire time doing high knees in the middle of it, do stretching, yoga, whatever the hell it seemed to be. Like that had to have sucked. You were working out 4 out of the 8 hours if that was actually the true report. So
Yeah, just
yeah,
he just seems like super fucking like I said, walking meme, just super try hard, just cringe, you know? That's just every time I fucking look at him, it's like, yeah, you're not the guy that I used to love, you know? Russell Wilson
no.
back in the day, yeah, back with the Seahawks, that dude was a fucking G. This dude now, this isn't the same Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people are saying that, but I mean, there's that Legion of Boom thing going around where I guess Richard Sherman broke it down that if you had to get any contact with him, you had to talk to his agent first. So apparently, it's Russell Wilson
What?
yeah, he was an I guy, not a team guy or a me or whatever. He's a me before the team guy, whatever the fuck the saying would be. I don't know. Just
What
very
a
weird.
fucking douche flute.
And then I was like, oh shit, he was doing that weird little thing where he did an entire game before the game. Yeah, that was on the Seahawks too. He must have got hit in the head some down the line. So, or he's just wacky all before this. I don't know. I didn't really see this. Something must have went wrong. A lot of talking shit towards this guy, but yeah, I mean, fantasy implications. I don't know other than playing maybe like Cortland Sutton and maybe Jerry Judy, and then on the flip side, Travis Etienne for sure because he's going to be the bell cow now. But
Yeah, I got fucking Sutton and ETN going. I'm questioning starting Trevor Lawrence over Tom Brady, which I got to make
oh
that decision coming up here in a couple fucking hours in
yeah,
the
I
next
mean
hour or
if
so.
yeah if it makes
And
you feel
so
any
and then
better,
I'm gonna be playing against fucking Judy too. So
okay. I mean yeah, that'll be a little bit better if it's not Bill if it's Rip Ripke or whatever the fuck the Rikian I don't know who it was. Their backup that went brutal. Yeah, another London game. Make sure you're up. Get your tea and crumpets ready at 8:30 in the morning and all that fun stuff. Uh, I'm gonna start off with this, and I didn't think I was going to, but I'm gonna say Giant Seahawks. And shockingly enough, I saw something that this is the only two teams that have positive records playing against each other this week, and I was just like, that's disgusting. I want to throw up.
yeah,
This
wow.
shouldn't be football. Yeah, if you go all the way around, the standings are just garbage. Everyone's 3-3, 3-4, 2-5 or whatever. I don't know. It's all around this, like I said, scoring is low, everything's low. So yeah, just I don't know. This is honestly gonna be fun. I don't know if it's gonna I think it's in the middle in terms of points. I think it's like 45 and a half, maybe point total. I won't steer towards that. I'm not really going to steer towards anything. I'm just going to sit there and watch. I don't want to root against the Giants. I think this might be a game that they end up just not taking because with Daniel Bellinger going out, that might have been a big blow. But just the Seahawks just seem to they're just going they're just banging even without DK Metcalf. I think they'll still be able to move with Tyler Lockett and a couple other guys that they've been. I mean, that Kenneth Walker guy, that running back's just been phenomenal. How about that? So, I think the Seahawks probably end up taking it. I'm not going to touch the game betting wise, just because I think I just want to have fun with it and watch it. But any thoughts on that game?
Yeah, definitely one I want to tune into. This Giants team just week in and week out keeps surprising us. Obviously, no Bellinger. They just traded away Kadarius Toney to the Chiefs, who it didn't really do a whole lot on the fucking the Giants
He hasn't
anyway.
really done
But
anything at all this
yeah,
season.
Yeah, but I think the big thing is just Daniel Jones has been playing good football. I mean, he hasn't been turning the ball over. He's been running it, getting his yards when he can on those fucking boots. And he's just been playing smart football. Defense makes timely stops, timely turnovers, and they just been running the fuck out of Saquon Barkley, which is just, I mean, that's their winning formula right now. So, 6-1. I'm taking the Giants in this game. I think they're just going to be up to this point, I've seen all I need to see. I think they're going to be the Cinderella team in the fucking NFL this year. Seahawks, they're a fun team. I don't think they're I still don't think they're a fucking good team, especially without DK. Who you gonna go to? Fucking Tyler Lockett all day. He's a solid number two, but Kenneth Walker, yeah, you're right. They hit a home run with that guy. But the Giants run game has been pretty decent this year as well. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna take the
they
Giants. I'm gonna
held
take the
Derrick Henry
Giants.
down
Yeah,
pretty well. So
yeah. I'm gonna
yeah.
take the Giants in this one on the road and improve to 7-1.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I had two more. Did you have another one? Did you want to
Yeah,
go
go
to?
for it. Go for it.
Yeah. Nothing. Not have my heart and soul into it. Just figure I'd talk about it just because he's in the division and it could be a high scoring affair. And again, could have a lot of fantasy implications for a lot of people. Cardinals Vikings. Kyler Murray gonna have another hookup with DeAndre Hopkins. It just feels like they just didn't leave each other for those 6 games at all. I feel like she's gonna go right back to that. Uh, Either I'm not entirely sure who's gonna be going running back wise. Benjamin or James Conner. Probably doesn't even matter. I can't really make heads or tails on this game. I could see the Cardinals coming out and actually doing well against the Vikings team that it doesn't hit or miss. Honestly, they're 5-1. They're coming off their bye, but I don't really see them as contenders. I see them as playoff bound for sure because they could probably take the division, a weak division, but uh, I don't really see them doing all too crazy. But against a very weak Cardinals defense, I could see Delvin Cook and Justin Jefferson, Justin Jefferson, just going off like they usually do. So it could be a good one. I see a lot of people streaming Kirk Cousins this week for that very reason. They can. I know Kirk Cousins had a big week against them last year. So yeah, Vikings, Cardinals.
Huh.
We'll see how that goes. How are you feeling on that one, if anything?
I just got. Yeah, I gotta ask you one question real quick. Do you know what this Friday is, Nick?
No.
Call of Duty comes out this
Oh
Friday.
no. Fuck.
Yeah, minus
Really?
3.5 for the Vikings all day.
Oh,
Yeah, Call of Duty Modern
I
Warfare
guess I
2 comes out this Friday. So we know what Kyler's going to be doing Saturday night into Sunday morning. Yeah. What time does this game start? That's a huge question because
that is.
this is a noon game. Yeah, this is a noon game. They got to travel from the West Coast. Yeah, they're gonna lose a lot of time, and he's just gonna be, the little time that he does have, he's gonna be on Call of Duty. So, yeah, Vikings minus 3.5 in
Oh,
this one. That's actually
you're seeing a live reaction of me. I now I'm literally distraught. I don't know who to start. I got Tom Brady going in an hour, or I
yeah,
got
no,
Kyler
I'm
Murray coming off a fucking no sleep weekend of
He's
playing
got
Call
the
of Duty all
fucking
week.
the Mountain Dew, the double XP codes on the back of the Dorito bags and everything. So he's ready. He's got his double XP tokens or
Oh,
or whatever the fuck you call them. I just coughed and farted at the same time. That hurt. But yeah, it's Call of Duty weekend. You know he ain't gonna do fucking dick.
oh no.
Vikings minus 3.5. I'd go 13.5.
God damn it. Now I literally don't know what to do. Because I feel like by the time we end this episode, the game's gonna start and I'm not gonna be able to start Tom Brady. So oh fuck.
I still
So
think I'd take Kyler over Tom at this point, though. I
yeah, I
really would.
don't.
Yeah.
I feel
Think
like
about it.
yeah.
He might just come up hopped up on Mountain Dew, just running all over the place, get you
That's what I'm
points that
saying.
way.
Either
So
running it or just just doing exactly what he did last week. 15 targets to fucking DeAndre Hopkins. Hopefully he gets like 10 or 12 of them and maybe he scores a touchdown this week for him. So hopefully he gets a rushing touchdown or something too. I don't know. I don't really like playing too many players on Thursday if they're not heavy hitters. Tom Brady's just been too much of a of a pullback. It's been rough. Yeah. Cardinals Vikings. That basically gets to that. My last one was Niners Rams. I feel like we're just gonna get a full slate of Christian McCaffrey this game. Rams coming off their bye. Cooper Kupp is back. I feel like he's gonna fuck somebody's day up. Probably mine because I'm playing against him in fantasy. And I mean, this could be good divisional game. Niners took the one last time. It wasn't very big, but it just made the Rams just looked really bad. They looked like pedestrians. They looked like they just came off the street and decided to play football. So Niners, Rams. Any really thoughts on this one?
Yeah, these teams always play each other hard. I think the Rams coming off the bye is going to be absolutely huge for them. I think they get the win actually in this one. As much as I like the 49ers, I just think the Rams off a bye. I'd say right now they are the healthier team. Debo questionable right now for the 49ers. You still don't know what the workload's going to be for CMC yet. So I think coming off a bye at home, I'll give the Rams the win in this one actually.
Yeah, no, that's not the worst decision. I can still see possibly guys like Brandon Ayuk just stepping up, George Kittle not being the offensive tackle that he's become and actually getting a tight end load and actually just getting like 10 catch or 10 targets. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is poised to just be able to dump it off to Christian McCaffrey, dump it off to Debo if he's healthy and in there. Brandon
Yeah.
Ayuk's fast enough to create space, and sure enough, like I just said, George Kittle just dump, dump. He doesn't need to go deep at all. He's gonna be the new king of dumping at 5 yards. If he learned anything from Tom Brady in his years with the Patriots, it was that how to throw 5 yard passes. So I think it's gonna be easy peasy. I'm not going to guarantee a win for the Niners or something like that. They're favorited on the road by like a point and a half the last time I saw it. So we'll keep it interesting, but I wouldn't put it past them, the Rams, that they could actually do it. How would you feel? I keep hearing this name, like a guy like Kareem Hunt going to the Rams. How would you feel about that?
I think it'd be a great fit.
Oh
I
yeah.
honestly would think it would be a great fit. I mean, they got so many question marks with Cam Akers, what his health is like, if he even wants to be there.
No, they're
Daryl
they're looking they're
Henderson.
actively looking to ship him off. They
Yeah,
just haven't
yeah.
found the right move yet.
Oh, geez, excuse me. Daryl Henderson, he ain't that fucking guy.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
think
so.
that'd be a great fit. I think that would honestly be a great fit for him.
Yeah, as much as I like Henderson, just for the sake of I have him in one of my leagues. I mean, I don't think exactly like that. I don't think he's the guy to take 20 carries and get 5 or 6 catches or just targets through the air or something like that. He's going to need to get a split, if not probably get like 40% of the carries of something like that. He probably just shouldn't even take the full load. He's not really that talented in my mind. So yeah, those were the games I liked. Those are anything other games that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I just think we got to talk about the Sunday night game. The
Oh, just the ass
execution.
whooping. Oh yeah. That's gonna be
Oh, excuse me, Jesus Christ. Um, Bills Packers in Buffalo. Bills 11 and a half point favorites. I hope they win this one by 30 plus. It'll just be yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing Aaron Rodgers on the sideline throwing fucking tablets around, yelling at his teammates, just giving that blank stare into nothingness, and the camera just sort of, catches it at the perfect time. Um, him throwing the ball downfield and not getting the flag and throwing his arms up in the air, complaining. I live for those moments. So, uh, oh, just can't wait to watch the Bills just mollywomp the Packers.
Yeah, I think that's exactly that. I heard something like he's not I don't know if he's fed up or whatever. Or it was just another report that just next man up is essentially what he's saying. People keep making mistakes, i.e., like a guy like Romeo Dobbs who was targeted like 4 or 5 times and caught nothing last week. That just can't happen. That won't survive for them. So They don't have any receivers for my mind.
Oh, boo-hoo. You
Yeah,
shouldn't
I
have
know.
taken $40 million a year, you greedy prick.
Yeah, I'm not. I obviously are not going to be sympathetic for the Packers in any sort of way. So I was just throwing that out there in general, just laying the groundwork. But yeah, that sucks. It's going to be absolutely. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun ass whooping to watch on a Sunday night. First time Aaron Rodgers is a double digit dog or something like that. On the
Yeah, I
is
think
he
first time in his career, they said.
are they in Lambeau or you said they're in
In
Buffalo, right?
Buffalo. In
Oh
Buffalo,
man.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get torn apart. They have no chance. If they do, it's just gonna be short little dump offs to Aaron Jones. He's gonna be the only one that's gonna be viable in my mind for this game fantasy wise. So at least on the Packers side, I'm gonna take everything. I would take everything and everybody on the Bills side. If I could get even if I could get like Isaiah McKenzie, I would fucking play him. So who cares? Uh, It'd be one of those games where Josh Allen has 350 yards passing before the end of the first half.
I
That'd
hope
be,
so, because
oh yeah,
I need him. I need him and Diggs to have a good fucking game this
oh
week for
yeah,
me in fantasy.
Diggs, Diggs, Diggs. Love me some Stephon Diggs. I
Ooh,
love you,
my
Stephon
Diggs
Diggs.
small.
Mm-hmm.
That's my team name. I love it.
There you go. If you had no other games you were looking forward to, I got oh yeah, got some best bets, a little couple underdog. Oh yeah, another one, a couple underdog plays, and then maybe a couple World Series props, and then a little wrestling to get into. How about that? Sound good to you?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Awesome, possum. Kind of went over these. If you listen to our fantasy football fucking little show that we did, I gave these out. Uh, I'm going with the Jags. Jazz minus. I took Jaguars -2. I think they're at -2.5 right now on points bet at -107. I'll take the spread. I'll take the money line. Even if Russell Wilson's there, Russell Wilson's not there. They're gonna play. Everyone on the Broncos team has to be pissed off. So there's no way they got a good flight. There's no way they're gonna get settled just right away. So uh bad game for them. Jags -2. I'll take that. I'm gonna take the Raiders money line. I'll probably take the Raiders spread, whatever it seems to be. I think they're just in line to take another game. I don't think the Saints are gonna do all that well. I think Michael Thomas probably won't play again. Even if he does, I don't know. They're still probably banking on Andy Dalton playing this game. I don't think Jameis Winston's gonna be in. So I'll take the Raiders, and essentially all these next games for the Raiders are going to be must wins because they're just going to need to get out of that basement of where they got how they got themselves into. So definitely doable. Raiders money line, Raiders spread, and I'll take the under in the Patriots and Jets game, 40.5. I kind of have that. I have the Jets money line in my underdog play, but I'm not gonna be too hard and heavy on that one. I feel like Belichick is a little pissed off because of that last game. I saw him in the last interview. Everyone's bugging him about who's starting, Mac Jones or Zappy. He's like, we'll figure it out. He's like, oh, well, what are you gonna do? He's like, we'll figure it out. Like he just really he was upset. So yeah, I'll take the under in the Patriots and Jets game. 40.5. That's gonna be a dog fight. It's gonna be a rock fight. There you go. Underdog plays quickly. Commanders money line +125. Again, nothing really too crazy, but I don't trust the Colts led by Sam Ellinger, a guy who hasn't thrown a completed pass in the league just yet. Or I don't think he's thrown any passes in the league. I think he had 3 rushing attempts last year. That was his game. That was his entire stats last year. So good on that. Commanders +125. Roll the dice. Fuck it. They got Brian Robinson Jr. going. They're gonna maybe get
He got
Gibson.
shot,
And yeah, he did.
in case you didn't know.
Now he's gonna do some shooting, I feel. Uh yeah, I mean, with Taylor Heineke and Terry McLaurin, honestly, Terry McLaurin might be a viable start. He was sitting in there, not doing too good. Now that he's actually gonna be targeted, that just seems to be Taylor Heineke's go-to guy. So I'll roll with that. Commanders +125, and I already said it. Not in love with it because I feel like I said it could be the narrative of Bill Belichick's really fucking pissed off and really wants to put a hurting on him. So Jets money line +110. I'll roll with it because the Jets are hot, but I could also see it flipping south really quick where the Patriots just fucking spank them. It could definitely happen, but
Ooh, spank me.
no, thank you. Uh, but I'll fuck it. I'll roll with it still. Jets money line, Jets, Jets +110. Got any plays there, Jim?
Yeah, I'm gonna put together one little parlay. The straight money line parlays just haven't been hitting. Too many fucking underdogs this season. Too many fucking surprise fucking victories. I mean, look at the fucking Panthers last week. Um, so I'm gonna take the alternate route. I'm gonna fucking take some alternate line parlays this week,
Okay.
and all alternate line spreads. I'll put together in a parlay. So I know Seahawks are favored at home against the Giants. I'm taking the Giants minus 2.5. Alternate line there. Um, I think Giants get that fucking win there. Prove that they are no joke. That team's for real. So minus 2.5 there. Maybe a Graham Gano field goal covers that 2.5 for me. Um, right now, we just mentioned it. Packers, Bills. Bills 11-point favorites. I'm going to take the alternate there. Bills minus 13.5. They're going to win this one by fucking 2 touchdowns easily. I think they're just going to shit roll the Packers. So, um, yeah, there we go on that one. Bills minus 13.5. Right now, Nick's little fucking conundrum for the week. Cardinals, Vikings, Call of Duty, Brady, this, that, Antonio Brown, who the fuck knows? Vikings 3.5-point favorites. I'm gonna take them minus 6.5. I'm gonna take them to win it by a touchdown in this one. So that offense is clicking on all cylinders. Plus, it's COD release weekend, so I think the Vikings are legit. They're one of the better offenses in the NFC right now. I think they're going to win this one by a touchdown. And then last alternate spread right now, the Cowboys minus 9.5 against the Bears. I'm going to take the Bears at plus 10.5. So give them that extra point there. Um, I do think the Bears, hopefully they build off of what they did last week. Keep this a fucking tight game. Keep it within 10 points. Never like that 9.5. Always go 10.5. So I'll go Bears plus 10.5 right there. All four of those on points bet comes out to plus 1983. Use your little daily boost, and it's plus 2212. So 22, yeah, 2,212. A lot of fucking twos there. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, those are going to be my four right there.
There you go. It's pretty solid numbers right there. I love that. And I'm sure, like I said, I'll start giving out these crazy parlays that we do on the fantasy podcast. I'll start pulling them up and posting them on our Twitter and all that fun stuff. Uh, yeah. Was there any more football do you want to get into? Was there anything else that was on the docket? Like I said, I know Kadarius Toney got traded to Kansas City. I don't know if you had any
Yeah, I
thoughts
think
on
the
that.
last thing I don't. I think the last thing I definitely want to mention. Nothing to do with Kadarius Toney. Just got some bad news today. Jamar Chase goes
Oh,
onto
that's
the
right.
IR.
Yeah.
He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks with a hip injury. I know the Bengals don't play until Monday night against the Browns, but um, that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck for obviously the Bengals and fantasy owners of Jamar Chase, but just for the game in general, because I really like Jamar Chase. He's one of the best wide receivers in the game right now. He's a personality. He's a great guy, and it just sucks to not have a guy like that on the field. So get better soon. 4 to 6 weeks. Something with his hip injury. Of course, it couldn't have happened. I played him in both leagues last week. Couldn't have happened, a week earlier. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I was just complimenting him last episode about how it's not fair that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have this just like they don't even have to speak and they can just make connections and just
Yeah.
pinpoint passes. And it's just basically not fair that they can do that. And sure enough, that's going to be taken away from me being able to enjoy that now. And I mean, yeah, I don't really have him in any fantasy leagues and nothing like that. But that's again, it still sucks not being able to watch that, just not being able to watch the top tier talent go up against that. And sure enough, it does suck for Bengals fans who want to just who are trying to stay in this division. It's still possible. I know they're playing the Browns, who are a little bit on the low side. I think the Bengals are 3.5-point favorites on the road. So see how that one goes. Still a pretty solid core right there. Still got T. Higgins, still got Tyler Boyd, who, I mean, like I said, if Joe Burrow can make him look that good, then fuck it. Tyler Boyd's right there. You can do something. I'm sure enough there's another guy that can probably step up on there as well. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I know that does suck. But yeah, if you got nothing else on NFL, They can move on to a couple. I'm just looking at the World Series props that we got up here on PointsBet. PointsBet, go to SYS9. Go ahead and do that for your 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. But you got to be 21
And how
years or
about all
older.
these free bets we've been getting left
Oh
and right?
yeah, dude, I just
I've
get
been getting
another
free
one.
every fucking Thursday, every Sunday, every Monday night
Yep.
game. You get a free fucking bet. Make a same game parlay. Next thing you know, you're gonna fucking be on an island, and some whore
Yeah.
is gonna be eating caviar out of your asshole. So,
And there's no,
uh,
it's no like limit. You can just make a fun one. You can make one that it's like plus 900. You can make one that's plus 300. Doesn't need to be anything too crazy. Doesn't have to be any sort of amount of legs either. I think it just needs to be at least 2 or 3. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
it's
So
crazy the amount of
doesn't,
free bets, points bets
yeah.
been given out
And
lately.
exactly
So
like you
shout out
said,
them.
it was every Thursday, right before the Thursday night game. You get it in the morning. Needs to just needs to be a same game parlay. That's fine. That's easy peasy. Sometimes during Sundays it needs to be live bets. That's no problem either. Take 2 seconds, make the bet at 12:01. You basically get the same exact odds. Sure enough, exact same thing on Monday. Just make another same game parlay. When you get free money, it's free money. Like why would you complain? There's no need to. Even when the NBA season kicked off last week, they did the exact same thing. Make a same game parlay, put it up on my story, bang, boom, it hit. So if you followed that, you made a little money yourself. I think it was like plus 450 or something like that. So either way, you're making money with PointsBet. Like I said, I got you SYS9, 21 years or older, be in Illinois, Iowa, New Jersey, or New York. Uh, and you'll be able to do those 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. That's all that fun stuff. Got a problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm looking at props for the World Series. I'm looking at MVP. I'm looking at it says the handicap. I don't really want that one, but I would see maybe series total games. You're getting plus money at every single one of these. If I'm going with 1 or 2 options, I'm thinking this can either go 5 or this is either going 7. And it's either because one of them is either going to split and right away, and I hope the Phillies split in this opening round and just take all 3 at home at Philadelphia. They haven't lost at home. So that would be 5 games. Take that at plus 270, or they make it a whole series. Doesn't matter who wins or who loses. If it goes 7 games plus 210, that's pretty good right there too. So I'll list it right here. 4 games is plus 550. That would be a lot of getting a sweep right now for the Astros to go completely perfect in this postseason. I don't believe in it. I think these Phillies, even with this break, are going to be pesky enough to get at least 1 or 2 wins for sure, if not take the whole thing. 5 games, like I said, plus 270. 6 games plus 200. 7 games is plus 210. Did you like any of those if you were going to take one?
I think if I had to take one, if I had to, I'd probably take the Phillies to win it in 7. So whatever the
Okay.
odds on that are, I don't have them pulled up in front of me, but the Phillies to win this in 7, I think that's going to be my bet. Like you said, oh, the Astros, they're you know they're obviously the best team. They're on paper, they're the best team. I think all around. They got the pitching, they got the offense, they got the experience with the manager there. Um, but this Phillies team has just been they're called the Fighting Phils for a reason, dude. They've been fighting and grinding this entire fucking end of the regular season to make it into the playoffs. Um, win the first 2 rounds of their, the wild card and then the divisional series, uh, or the championship series, excuse me, and then the divisional series. And just to get all the way here, I don't think it's going to end here. I think they're going to win it. It's going to be a tough series. They're going to win this one in 7. Um, yeah, I don't know what the odds on or the odds on a 7th game Philly win are. Let me
So
try and look it
so
up.
that would be you would go to the select correct score of the series. You would go to Philadelphia Phillies winning 4-3 in the series. Those odds come out to plus 650.
Okay, yeah, love that.
You can either do that, or if you like the Phillies to win the series by 3 games, so essentially either sweeping or getting or winning in game 5, you're getting plus 500 on those odds as well. So I mean, you can make a little pretty penny if you depending on what you throw on
Oh
there.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and again, I mean, you, good odds all the way around. Obviously, for the Phillies to sweep, that's the highest odds at plus 2,000, and I'm seeing, yeah, like if the Astros to sweep plus 800, nothing really too crazy. I would really go for that too. Like I said, I'll go Philly in terms of just what I want to happen. Phillies in sevens plus 650, or Phillies in five, I go plus 800. I'll take that as well, and then I'll take that the handicap Phillies minus 2.5 plus 500. Are you looking at any MVP candidates jumping out at you? I got one for sure, and I'm pretty sure we'll obviously both say one this same guy, and then I'm thinking another guy down the line that could maybe just be could be like a maybe like a David Freese type guy, Ben Zobrist type guy that just pops out of nowhere, that just making some noise, that could just be just actually just do well. Any
Yeah, I
MVP
think
candidate you can say,
obviously the go-to is Bryce Harper.
of course.
He's the leader, plus 550. He's got the lowest odds actually,
Oh,
but
you're
there
seeing
is
plus
one
you're
guy.
no, I'm seeing plus 700 for Bryce Harper.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking on a different
Oh yeah,
sports book
no,
right
you got to
now.
be looking at points
Not
bet,
gonna
Jim.
name it.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta be looking at points bet. Points bet has got Bryce Harper plus 700. Jordan Alvarez is the lead guy at plus 650 for that. After that, Bregman plus 900, Verlander plus 1,000, Schwarber plus 1,000, and then Framber Valdez is plus 1,100. So from there, the only other guy that I would really, I mean, yeah, you kind of just said it. Of course, that was the guy I was alluding to, Bryce Harper. If we were in that realm of we want the Phillies to win, and if it's going to rely on any sort of guy, realistically, we're going to think it's Bryce Harper. But in that trend of we always want the top tier dog to get the MVP, doesn't usually happen. Like I said, David Freese won it when Albert Pujols was in it. Ben Zobrist won it when Anthony Rizzo and fucking Kyle, Chris Bryant were in the World Series. Obviously, I don't need to spell that one out for you. So, if anything, if I'm gonna go with a guy like that, I'm gonna go with Reese Hoskins plus 1,600. I think that's a pretty good
Ooh,
deal.
I
Uh,
like an even juicier one. I thought you were
oh,
gonna say this guy.
who?
Ooh, I'm going with Alec Bohm.
Oh, I
Second
okay.
baseman, right here. I got him plus 4,000. I'm just going all the way back to the middle or the beginning of the
And
season. He started to do bad, and he said he's like, I can't stay in this fucking city or whatever he said.
yeah,
And he got caught on the hot mic and got in some trouble.
that would be the
I think
perfect narrative.
he honestly might be like that guy. Just come up for the fucking city at the right time, and plus 4,000
Yeah. You got
can't
plus
can't hit on
4,000
those
in whatever
odds.
book you're on. I'll tell you why PointsBet is even better, because they got Alec Bohm at plus 6,000 over here on
Oh,
PointsBet.
jeez.
Even better. You're going to make even more money over here. I'll throw one even more greasier at you if you're going to be a Phillies rider. Bryson Stott with a young guy. They were talking about this when all the young guys on the team, they call him the daycare. So this is one of the leading guys down there, the daycare, Bryson Stott. Why not? Just if we're just gonna say fuck it, but I'm sure everyone on the other side, if they're gonna go heavy favorite, Jordan Alvarez is sure enough to probably get a couple home runs or something in this series. But I'm sure Alex Bregman's gonna be very consistent, if anything. I wouldn't throw my money on Justin Verlander. I think he's like 0-6 in World Series games, so he's been
Jeez.
PU stinky. Other guys like Jose Altuve really hasn't found it just yet. It'd be kind of crazy scary if he found it, got clicking in the World Series. That wouldn't be too good for those Philly guys. But I'm sure any one of those guys like that can do that. And I don't know, maybe even just for the narrative, Trey Mancini coming off cancer, he survived it, getting a World Series MVP. So that's all. That's gonna be fun too. I really didn't have anything else on World Series props and anything else. And then I just have one little wrestling note, and then we can get out of here because I got
No, I
the
think that wraps it up for baseball.
yeah, I got the
It's
bait,
gonna
got
be a great
the
series. I can't wait. It's
100%.
the complete underdog story, this year for the Phillies, and they're rolling right now. You can't not root for them unless you're an Astro fan, obviously. So
I think so.
you're
I was
gonna be
thinking
rooting
about
for the
this.
Phillies in this
Yeah, I
one.
like all the magic is pointing towards the Phillies side, and like nothing exciting is going on for the Astros other than the fact that yeah, they've beaten everybody. They haven't lost a game yet. Whatever. That can look good and so on and so forth, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to be the lasting narrative. They're the for sure the favorites. So yeah, obviously getting the Cinderella, the what 87 wins from this Braves team last year, 86 wins from this current Phillies team. Why not? Why can't they do it too? Fuck it. So I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun series starting tomorrow. Probably what 6 or 7 o'clock here Central. I would think Wheeler and Verlander going in the first one, or Nola. I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm guessing it has to be Verlander going game one, and then probably Wheeler, I'd guess.
Yeah. I'm just for the sake of time, I'm just gonna get right to this wrestling story, and we'll get on out of here. You got the football game coming up in like 30 minutes, and I think, like you said, you got
Nola and Verlander game
okay.
one.
There you go, Nolan Verlander for sure. That sounds awesome. That sounds fun. Alrighty, yeah, and then like I said, to cap off this episode, we'll get into this little wrestling story. I don't know if you saw it in our notes. I'm sure you saw it on saw it live when it happened. You just seemed to be watching Raw that day. Obviously, you saw Karl Anderson, Luke Gallows returning to Raw live the other weekend, helping out AJ Styles whenever it was when he's getting ambushed by the Judgment Day or some shit like that. So either way, that's cool. But what they was unbeknownst to a lot of other people is that Karl Anderson is still currently in a little bit of a contract thing with New Japan. He still holds the never open weight world heavyweight championship. And just recently, it was announced that AJ Styles, Karl Anderson, and Doc Gallows, are going to have a match in that upcoming Saudi Arabia pay per view, Crown Jewel or something like that. The second Crown Jewel or whatever it was, coming up on the same day that they have a New Japan pay per view. So essentially, they're just going. I was going to read this whole thing, but kind of long, kind of wordy. New Japan just wanted to say thank you for supporting New Japan, so on and so forth. They just want to basically pursuing exactly what I just explained, that conflicting scheduling issues right now with Karl Anderson accepting to go on to Raw. Not only they were kind of probably took that as disrespectful, and to now accept a WWE event over this New Japan event, which was prior already set up already before this Crown Jewel event, or not already before the match was scheduled on the Crown Jewel. So what I'm getting to is Karl Anderson's a bit of a dick. I think that's what I'm getting to. And I think that there's a bad move. It's going to leave a bad taste in his mouth if he ever wants to go back to New Japan or gets in bad runnings again with the WWE. But might not be in the realms of it again. But just never a good look to, in my mind, if he doesn't pull through and actually go to the New Japan pay-per-view instead of doing this Crown Jewel event, then he would have entirely burned his bridge with New Japan, not being able to do any overseas events like that with them ever again. And it's kind of a shame because I'm pretty sure he lives there. He married his wife from there, so kind of a tough go. Kind of a tough look in general. Just looks like a pretty bad character flaw. Any thoughts on that? I'll kind of skim through
Yeah,
the
I'm
quote,
just
like you said.
wondering, like, isn't that a big no-no, especially in WWE? Like, their guys being, parts of other organizations and
Oh, I mean,
promotions.
yeah, they were, so obviously Luke Gallows and or Doc Gallows and Karl Anderson were on an expiring contract with New Japan. It was coming up towards the end, but this last event, I don't know what it was set for. Sometime in November. Again, sometime it was the exact same date as the Crown Jewel event. So, yeah, I mean, they were already set up to basically be done with their contract, and like I said,
Oh,
you
okay,
would bow
okay.
out, and like how you usually do, respectively, when you're gonna go on to a new. Back in the day, when they would go on to a new territory, they would lose the title and give it on to the new guy, promote him, make him be the big guy, so you can step out, go to a new territory, or to go to a new company in this case. And that's exactly what he's just not doing. He's not going to be laying down and not going to be doing the job or whatever. He doesn't want to lose to Hikalu, who is in his Bullet Club group or something like that, I think. But either way, like I said, New Japan just wanted to get it in the line. They wanted to get this statement out there. They didn't want to look weak. They want to look like a legit company still. They want to basically still say, hey, fuck you, WWE. This is very disrespectful. Disrespectful from Karl Anderson as well. And that they're they take their titles seriously. They're apologize. Here we go. This is what I wanted to. New Japan Pro Wrestling holds its championships to the highest standards of professionalism and sincerely apologizes to fans for any disappointment or inconvenience caused by this matter. So again, for any fans that are actually wanting to go see this dickhead, I mean, I was already calling it out a while ago when we were going to these New Japan shows. I don't like Karl Anderson and Doc Gallows. Festus was Doc Gallows' fucking peak. So that was it with him. It was literally at the point where Antonio Inoki stopped a match he was in because the match was so bad. And I hope I'm in
Oh, I
another live
remember.
show.
I actually watched something on that
Yeah,
earlier today. That's
yeah,
crazy you mentioned that.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, it was him versus I don't even know some really bad like the Mongler or whatever the hell it was, the fucking the muffler, some really shitty match,
Go
and
wash
they
your muffler.
yeah, yeah. Fucking Antonio Inoki came
Fucking
out and
Joey
ended the match
Diaz.
himself. So yeah, exactly. That's his. I won't subscribe to Doc Gallows is good. I won't really get into Karl Anderson is this or that. They're boring. They're both boring. Don't really want them. I didn't want them in AEW. I didn't really care for them in WWE. They can just sit there and be AJ Styles' lackeys. It already proved to it again, like I mentioned last episode, when when Doc Gallows agreed to take a fucking bump from Rhea Ripley. So that should speak volumes right then and there. Uh, yeah, I don't know if you got anything else on these guys. We
Yeah, I
can,
guess they'd rather be jobbers in WWE than at least, sort of main guys in New Japan,
yeah,
whatever.
maintain their dignity, maintain their self-respect, make their own name or something like that. Actually carry around titles that mean something and make wrestling matches that would be passionate and people that want to watch. Or it can just get fucking slapped around by some little kids that are trying to make their name, i.e., Dominic Mysterio and fucking Rhea Ripley, who are just just some of them are just playing wrestler, and honestly, it's just fucking disgusting. So,
Hey, I mean,
you know,
I'd let Rhea Ripley fucking throw me around if she
I mean,
wanted
yeah,
to.
sure, that's that's fun and all, but yeah, in terms of just looking like trying to look like a fucking wrestler on TV, you look like a joke, and it's just I can't take you seriously. No one should take these two seriously anymore. It's a joke in my opinion. So whatever. That, like I said, that this story should speak volumes. That should speak to their character. He can make it up. He can still go to the New Japan show. So I won't entirely write him off just yet. But again, time is ticking. The ball is in his court is essentially what New Japan was saying. So whatever he does is what he does for his future there. So that should be able to leave it off with that. If you got anything else, we can sign it off right here and end it right here.
Yeah, no, I think that's about it. What a great fucking dynamite we got last night.
Oh
Fucking
yeah,
MJF, obviously the fucking main event. Moxley retains. MJF and the firm turns on him. It looks
for
like neither of
now.
those guys are gonna be. Yeah, for now, neither of those guys are gonna be 100% going into what is it? Full Gear coming up on the 19th of November. That's gonna be a must-watch card there. Obviously, all the AEW pay-per-views are, but
Without a doubt.
whenever you got MJF in it, headline it, it's even more must-see TV.
Yeah, seems to be. It seems to be. Well, yeah, honestly, I think that wraps it up here. Pretty easy breezy one. Like I said, go Bears. We'll get as long as we can stay respectable, that'll be fun. Go ahead, follow our bets, follow our underdog plays, points bet, co at SYS9, and take your notes. Of course, Troy, thank you for listening as well. Thank you all for listening, watching, whatever you want to do. Shout out to my buddy Corey who actually took the time, took the 2 seconds to like the video on YouTube and to leave a comment. So I appreciate
Hey,
that very much. Love ya. Mwah, you fucking beautiful son of a gun. So, and if anything, like I said, just please, help us out. It's fun. It puts a smile on our faces and it makes us enjoy our day just a wee bit more. So again, do all that fun stuff. Points bet, go to SYS9, follow us on everything. Until then, enjoy everything else. Enjoy the games, fantasy. Have good luck in that. Hopefully, you do all well. Survive the bye weeks. Take care. See ya.
see you guys later. Go Bears.